See how this goes. Alright, we're creating a server right now. So I'm going to hit record on my gameplay, just in case you're watching it. I'm going to be looking this way, kind of, so I apologize that I'm looking off stream a bit. We're just waiting for the match to be created. Hey, there we go. Hello everyone joining in. There could be bugs, but that's okay. It's been a very, very long time since I played this game. Ooh. So our host is in the UK, playing on the UK version of the game. I'm on the US version of the game in the US. So the connection is what it's going to be, plus I'm streaming on top of that in a terrible network condition anyway. I hear Discord going off. I'm going to try to kill Luke, so at least I get a kill here. Halo 2 does not work right now. It requires services that, simply aren't made, aren't done being created, recreated, whatever you want to say. So Unreal Championship is one of the launch games for Xbox Live itself. So it's an obvious target for games that hopefully require a bit less to get going. So everybody that's playing right now in the room is an actual person. We have no bots on. So Luke is Luke Usher, who has created CXBX Reloaded and is kind of leading the Insignia project. Anybody else, to be honest, I don't know everybody off the names you might know, but at least Luke is Luke, so that makes it easy. Oh no. Halo 2 is definitely one that people want to work, but that does require quite a bit more custom work than is going on. I mean, the goal, I think, is to have every game work eventually, including games that require super custom stuff like Phantasy Star Online. So after the match is over, there will probably be a reset. Things are still a little screwy. This is probably the most people that have played at the same time in a while. So that's fun. So we are not playing on Xbox Connect. This is on Insignia. If you caught the beginning of the stream, you would have seen me in the Xbox Live menus. It's hard to read the chat and play a game like this. So my big story for this game is I remember when I bought it, I had a sleepover with a bunch of friends, and I got absolutely decimated. Why isn't my weapon auto-switching? Then the next day when we were playing, it was more in my favor, to the tune of I don't think I lost one. So today, I think this is all we're playing. I know we've done tests with Mech Assault in the past. One of the big slow ups, I believe, and Luke will correct me at some point if I'm wrong, is that while things were working before, they were kind of duct taped together to work. So a lot has gone into rewriting things to make them a more stable platform that things can build on properly. Uh, Project Gotham Racing 2 does not work yet. That's one that requires a bunch of extra services just to even get to the Xbox Live menu. So this stream will be backed up, hopefully. Oh, my controller did a little funky thing. But I'm also recording so you don't have me talking over it. Theoretically, hopefully the sound is enabled. I didn't really look. Oh. The goal again is hopefully every game at some point will work. My hand is tired. Yeah, I think Burnout 3 might be one that requires a few extra services as well, being an EA game, right? EA had a lot of custom things going on, which I believe was their terms to even make Xbox Live compatible games. So stats are working in the background right now, meaning like leaderboards and that sort of thing. A lot of work was just implemented, but we won't actually see them in game quite yet. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that. Luke will probably yell at me. The point being that work is being done. I have no idea what games will work at launch, what games will work during any sort of beta test if one happens. This is the first time I've played with it in quite a while. Oh. Yeah, voice chat does work. As Luke is saying in chat, if you can pay attention there as well. Still lots of things going on to make this all happen, so I have nothing to do with the coding. I'm just here to stream. Oh, double kill! And get double kills. So any specific questions, I highly recommend going to the Insignia Discord. That also does have an update for Halo 2. I know that's kind of the big one that people are interested in. The big update is that it's signed in, I believe. And that required quite a bit of work, is my understanding. And I'm not sure who does that work. So I think the issue with there's issues supporting 360 at this point, is what Lucas said publicly. Basically because of how Xbox 360 handles services. And that has been updated far more too than... This game is exhausting. Wireless controller isn't the best for it either. Ugh. But yeah, this is Insignia, which is a, I don't want to say Xbox Live replacement, but that's what it is. Not to step on anybody's trademarks. We are playing cross-continent. Luke is the creator of the game, or one of the leaders of the project, the leader of the project. And he is hosting the game, and he is located in the UK versus me, who is located in the US. So this is working cross-continent. He is on the PAL version of the game. I'm on the US version, retail version of the game. So that much works, which is exciting. We're not running any sort of title updates right now because there's issues with distributing them, so we'd rather, I think, make sure that these work as much as possible with versions you can get off a disk. Oh. I'm trying to keep up with chat. So games are more likely to work at this point if they're Unreal Championship, first of all. That one's probably the best working game. But games that require less services are likely to be things that work first. So think about games that rolled out with Xbox Live. Those are logical places to start. As you start to get into other games, you start to see all sorts of fancy things going on that would prevent them from working quite as easily. They would need custom coding. So player limits are limited essentially by the game. That could potentially not be a limit depending on how the game is coded, I'm sure. I remember all sorts of funky things that would go on with Return to Castle Wolfenstein. So yeah, everybody that's in the game right now is a human. I just can't speak for where they're located in the world. I do know we're on a mix of versions of the game in terms of US versus PAL. Ugh. I have no idea how. There are 4 of us online right now. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see WrestleMania 21 as well. I never played that online. Wow. A lot of you are watching. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Do follow Luke Usher on Twitter. It's Luke Usher some number. He will post updates, join the Insignia Discord. I am just a humble tester who is interested in seeing these games be online again properly. The early Xbox Live dashboard did work the last time I tried it. There were issues with some of the later ones. I know Luke also has a Patreon page, which is more for CXBX Reloaded, but if you like what he's doing with this or the emulation or anything else, do throw him a few dollars if you can. Or just show him some love on Twitter. And that goes for anybody else that is contributing. I know he's not necessarily the only one. I know Billy is in here, and a few other people. Show them some love. So yeah, the hope is that it will work with emulators. If an emulator is accurate enough, it should work. I know CXBX Reloaded has been tested in the past. I can't say for XEMU or XQEMU if those work, how they work. And that includes playing, emulator to hardware. I think the goal is to make this accessible, to make it free. There's not going to be some sort of charge and then walking back that charge the next day. Alright, so everybody's saying Luke Usher 1 would be the account to follow. There's also a YouTube page where you can find video of the sign-up process, the Halo 2 test that I mentioned a bit earlier, and any sort of other updates they post. You know, there's lots of work to do. Who knows how far certain things or certain changes can go. It's hard to speculate. I think the effort is really, can we get these things working at all? As you can see, things are definitely working. The reason why we're doing one map right now is simply because the handoffs between matches can be a bit weird. This is just kind of a general test we're doing to see how things work. There's no guarantee of perfect compatibility even within this game right now. Am I really 21 points behind? Which one of you is killing me? Oh, of course. Using that lightning gun, I think. Ooh. So essentially you need to connect to a certain server, which information will be released in the future. Create an Xbox Live account or an Insignia account. It goes through the Xbox Live online setup right now. I think the goal is to have other interfaces as well. And then really off you go. Then every game connects just like Xbox Live did back in the day. I gotta find where that lightning gun is. Oh, so the reason why there's only 4 of us is because we accidentally set a limit of 4 people. There is a 5th person that wants to join, so we may have to restart at some point. I do not have Xbox HDMI for those asking in the private chat. I am just going component video through an OSSC. But I'm not really scaling a whole lot. Yeah, you'll be able to use wireless through wireless bridges, all sorts of solutions to do there. I don't necessarily recommend the original one at this point, because I think it's what, only G. Granted, the Xbox Ethernet isn't the quickest thing ever. Anyway. You're just joining in, this is Insignia. This is essentially what Xbox Live Play used to look like for Unreal Championship. But that has not been available for many years. So here we are. I have Component, so yeah, Component is good. But I do look forward to having Xbox HDMI. Actually, my boards might have been delivered. I should probably look for that. It might be sitting in my mailbox right now for Xbox HDMI. Yeah, see, I don't have any use for one of those analog to digital converters because I already have one in the OSSC. I run through an Extron switcher, which allows me, I think, 8 inputs and 8 individual outputs. So I have one output that's going to the OSSC, which is then split and goes to both a TV and my capture card. But then one of the component outputs goes right to a 4:3 plasma screen, which is what I'm watching, which is why I'm looking way over here. Then the capture card actually is split between 2 different HDMI sources. So I am recording the actual just plain gameplay of me getting dominated in Unreal Championship without me talking over it. I know you can do that in OBS, but that's a newer feature, and I haven't set it up yet, so I didn't do it. Leave me alone, Luke. I have no control over what games are supported when. It has all to do with the services and how those are supported. No, Phil, I'm using a Logitech wireless controller. I do have Dukes not far out of reach, including one I took apart for the Xbox video at the museum. Hopefully the stream's okay. It seems to be holding up a lot better than it used to. So this is a private test that's going on right now. You can join the Discord channel to follow any sort of updates for when any sort of public tests should happen. This stream should theoretically be all good and backed up. That's up to Twitch. I'll make sure to export it to a YouTube video or something, so it'll probably go, some form of it will go on the Insignia channel, whether that's the gameplay or whether that's me talking over it for whatever reason. They need to pay me for use of this ugly mug, but that's okay. You should, if your phone supports USB devices, so you get a USB Ethernet pass-through, or if it's a mobile hotspot proper that has Ethernet ports, it should work. The quality will be what it's going to be. Who knows, latency, NAT issues. I have a bunch of NAT issues at home as it is. But as you can see, it's working today, so that's nice. Yeah, you could bridge your connection through the laptop. That's always an option. Oh. I need to not look through my capture window. The 30 frames makes things rough. Ooh, a little lag spike there. That's okay. Leave me alone. Yeah, but we're all getting killed. I'm 25 points down. We will eventually change maps, I think. We chose this map because it was small, so there was going to be action. Stole that kill. And as always, I have nothing to do with this. I am just a humble tester. Ooh. I think my controller batteries are dying too. That's not helping anything. Oh. So Luke is the one that's running the server right now. Luke is located in the UK. I am in the US. I am on the US copy. Luke is on the PAL copy. I can't speak for what versions other people are using. But that already shows you that cross-continent works pretty darn well. You know, it's not perfect, but probably better than it was back in the day. Yeah, no pay to play. There are so many things that don't work. It's almost worth talking about what does work, which is Unreal Championship. What I find interesting is how it works when if you have multiple Xboxes in the same house and you're all in the same game. It actually basically forms a LAN local connection, which is cool. It doesn't force you to go out to a server, but got Luke that time. I don't have the greatest connection, and I am streaming and playing on Insignia, and it's still really darn playable. Basically, I'll stream whatever they want me to stream. I have no power over anything. It's all Luke and his child dictating things, which I'm used to as well. I'd like to get back into streaming again, though, especially as the winter months are coming. It'd be nice. We've played Mech Assault in the past. I think there's video of that, so I don't think I'm revealing anything too private. I've been able to sign into some other games, nothing worth noting because I don't remember. So all the different services are slowly coming online. A big part of it again was to make sure what's being written now is not just okay, it works and we can make something that works, but rather something that is going to be safe, secure, able to be work with other platforms or other games as those services start to be created. I haven't tested Tetris World. I don't know if it works. This stream is about showing that Unreal Championship works. Yeah, the biggest thing the Xbox has against it is the other platforms work quite a bit more easily, and there's more people that cared about them, quite frankly. People wanted PS2 emulation. Lots of people worked on PS2 emulation versus the handful that work on Xbox emulation. It also helped that things like GameSpy that ran a lot of PS2 servers weren't Xbox Live, and they had services that were more easily replicated, I think. You know, the downside to especially pre-Halo 2 Xbox Live is even though there were a lot of players, it cost money, which made the audience a bit different than, you know, anybody that could buy a network adapter. It was nice though. You used to be able to have conversations with people. This is a modified Xbox, soft modded in this case, just because this is actually a 1.6, so it's actually my least favorite Xbox. But yeah, there's ways of getting the information. Essentially, you need to upload a bit of information to have your Xbox work, which requires some sort of soft mod exploit. At least for now, who knows? They may come up with some cool solution. As people are interested, you never know what could happen. You know, everybody kind of took for granted the fact that Xbox BIOS source code leaked and dashboard source code leaked. And you had all these modified BIOS that were easy enough to work that nobody ever came up with, you know, perfect solutions to do things more easily. I'm sure there are more games that could be used to soft mod. I'm playing from the hard drive because my disk drive doesn't work, so I used a Crayon drive to back it up. Then you extract the ISO because the Crayon image isn't the most valuable thing. That may have been a PS4 turning on. I think my daughter turned it on. I prefer my early 1.0. Hold on one second. Yeah, so it'll take a couple minutes. We may encounter an error right now. We'll see. It's always a bit tricky to figure out what will work and what will decide to stop working, which is why we're doing this sort of thing. So it's loading a demo. So we'll get back on once I'm told that we're good to go. Yeah, web browser, especially one that Microsoft made, would have made things nice and easy. We're going to play some more, I believe. I think we still have... Okay, we should have another match up. As you can see, I am in Xbox Live. This isn't System Link being bridged. This is what would be Xbox Live. Now, I don't remember this match or this map at all, so this will be fun. I got Luke for the first one anyway. All downhill from here. So in addition to more games, there's the possibility of features that just aren't available over System Link being available. Things like leaderboards, matchmaking, everything that made Xbox Live unique will hopefully work someday. Also less of a security issue, in my opinion. My cat's not helping things any. Ooh. Oh. Whoa. Come on, cat. Off my hands. Everything should be working. So I imagine the Discord is just slow because everybody is still waiting for something to come out. The hope would be that something would be out this fall. A little behind because life has a way of being life. But the benefit is the slight delay that's been going on has resulted in a platform that is a lot more stable. Because it was going to happen eventually. There are going to be issues. It's better to know some of the coding problems that happened early rather than them happening, you know, next year. Luke and everybody who's involved has really been knocking it out of the park. I know it seems like it's slow sometimes, that like nothing is going on, but things are happening. Big things. Just the amount of work required to get this far is insane. Nobody else released anything that got this far. Exactly, all the ones that tried and failed, and that's not to say that those aren't important in their own way. They are. But this is the real deal. You will eventually be able to play. Unless Luke suddenly gets rich and decides to disappear. Ooh. If we see Luke flying off in a private jet, I think that may be the end of the project. Or it could mean that that's all he does. He hires a nanny. He hires Bill Gates to raise his kid. Yeah, there's all sorts of neat online projects that are going on, but a lot of them don't even get this far. Like, they create the welcome page for, let's say, Expand, but then they don't actually release anything to go online. Which, I mean, it could still happen here. It's clearly not publicly available at this point. But as you're seeing, this is working, unless I'm just talking over video and doing everything perfectly. You know, we may laugh, but I think Luke's real goal is to bring Expand to the end gauge. That is his real goal in life. This is just a stepping stone to his dream project. And to do that, he will, of course, use a Mister, which is emulating a Raspberry Pi. But it will only support the original Taco end gauge, not the QD. The QD is too nice. We want Taco. Oh, come on, no V-Smile. We don't want V-Smile. This is a leapfrog house. I couldn't even kill him when he was standing still. Leapfrog, leapfrog, leapfrog. Just joining in, do follow me on Twitter at Borman18, B-O-R-M-A-N 18, same as this Twitch channel. Well, that's probably how you found this, so maybe that doesn't help you. Follow Luke Usher1 on Twitter as well. Maybe throw him a few dollars on Patreon, which is not going to get you support into a private beta or anything like that. This is a free project using no leaked source code or anything like that. Not that any of that was useful based on what people said 10 years ago. Otherwise, we would have had Xbox Live by now. Who would have sit on that? Yeah, but gameplay is what we want out of Expand. I can send messages through my N-Gage still, probably. Don't make me get out my N-Gage development kit. Donating $5 might get you 25 to life in jail. Yeah, sports games use custom servers. Halo 2 uses custom servers, or custom services anyway. EA games in general are going to be a bit tougher. You know, we all have games that we'd like to see supported. I'm ready to play some Thousand Land online. I have to install the translation patch sometime. I'm gonna get out of there. Yeah, that should be me on Twitter. Yeah, Luke is good people. Otherwise, I wouldn't be streaming this for him. All right, Luke is saying that the current plan is to support games roughly in the order that they were released on Xbox Live. For 2 reasons, which I'm waiting for. Coolness factor of recreating the original experience. Plus, like I was saying earlier, early games, less complex. You know, they had Xbox Live and not much else to it. I remember when the Xbox Live 3.0 launched. All that was supposed to usher in, if you would. That was what, the Tsunami update? Not the best named update Microsoft ever put out. Crimson Skies came a little bit later. Definitely not at launch. You know, my big one that I'd like to play is Return to Castle Wolfenstein, even though, yes, it has PC version, blah, blah, blah. I like it on Xbox. If you're just joining in, this is Insignia, Unreal Championship, the not Xbox Live TM. This is not System Link. This is online, cross-continent even, which is exciting. Got a cat laying on my legs and my daughter also on my legs. I'm trying to read chat and Luke's shooting at me. Conquer will be fun. I never did play that online. You know, I want to play MotoGP online because that was an original launch era game. I never played Whacked online. That will be fun. Uh-oh. And I think PSO would be cool. I think it all depends on how easy it is to interface whatever Insignia is doing to whatever custom servers are out there. The fact that they've got PC, GameCube, Dreamcast all working, you know, they're smart people. Oh, he got me. Phantasy Star Online is very much a game of its time. But I like it in short bursts. Like any of those style games, I really like the beginning levels. As it goes on, it kind of drags on. Yeah, Luke is saying that they'll interface with the custom servers that are out there, but no time frame. There are so many other things left to do that playing Phantasy Star Online is as easy as playing it on a different console or your PC. Everybody's fighting somewhere else. I've fallen behind. I apologize for not announcing anybody that's followed. I have not streamed in quite a while. So Streamlabs OBS, which I normally use for my personal account, is not working properly. So I'm just on normal OBS. I didn't set up the whole overlay thing. So anybody that's followed, I really appreciate it. I'm sure we'll do more streaming in the future. I'm sure somebody else will join me for some streaming too in the future, which will be fun. Get some of that Twitch team, whatever, squad streaming. Thing is, X-Link has its purpose. You know, as much as we like this, it's a very different style service. X-Link and similar sort of tunneling services, I think there's one that's open source at this point. Those things can survive without any sort of server overseer thing, I think. So this will be the last match for the day. But we did want to just stream something to show that this does work. And yeah, X-Link will support games that are only System Link. Unless somebody came up with some legal Xbox Live hack for the original Halo. You know, there is no other option. Unless you want to play Master Chief Collection, which has been improved. Or the PC version. Well, there are any number of possibilities. You think of Steel Battalion Line of Contact. That had some special online services, which again won't be supported at launch. But down the line, who knows? If somebody makes it, you could see those come back. And all the things that Halo 2 did, who knows? If somebody makes it, it could happen. But again, do follow me, follow Luke. I'm at Borman18. I think it's down below. I should set up some bots sometime. Luke Usher 1 on Twitter as well. Join the Insignia Discord if you're interested in helping with emulation. There are various emulator projects, including Luke's CXBX Reloaded. There's XEMU. Somebody will make fun of me for how I say that, but I like EMU rather than whatever else. MU, XMU. That's probably better. You know, the trick is that really Insignia has to go through that fine line, supporting things that legally they can support. Things that, you know, they don't want to encourage people to pirate things. Because that's illegal, and that could definitely shut down the project. That's part of the reason why this was announced, is to show that this existed before any sort of source code leak or anything like that. XEMU. This shows you it works, and it works well. The only thing that doesn't work well is me playing Unreal Championship and talking to all of you. Well, we could be doing worse. Come back here. All of these projects, you know, we all love each other. You know, I can't code anything, but, you know, if my purpose is to help stream, help get some of those word out, show that it's working, because I wouldn't lie to you. I haven't told you that, oh, this thing works when clearly it doesn't. There's a reason why we're playing long matches, because that works for the best. Yeah, most of the issues happen after a match ends. Right now, there's some handoff issues. But all that's being worked on. They know what the problems are. They're pretty obvious. They have things talking to one another, the services. So there may be some needing to dump keys so that it knows how to identify you. But who knows? Again, we're operating under the assumption that things are how they are now. If somebody came up with some cool way, legal way to boot a game and then have it automatically send the keys that it needs, but you know, it will be free. If you look at the sign-up video that was first posted, it very clearly shows fake credit card information. And I think systems are going to be put in place so that there is no credit card information, even if you have the bright idea to put it in there. All right, so that already exists, Billy is saying in chat. I know that was the goal. I just don't remember if that was the case back when. Yeah, they want to store as little information as possible. So, you know, there's going to be the need to probably make some things that weren't like Xbox Live were to help you better manage your account and all that stuff. But like I said, there's a lot of work to do. The goal is to get these things working, and as you're seeing right now, it is working. You know, they want things to be as secure as humanly possible. They don't want people worrying that somebody's going to run off with their data. That should something get hacked, because everything gets hacked, because that's life. That, you know, you're not going to lose your social security number, your license, your credit card, your mother's maiden name, all that good stuff. Please don't type that in chat. Yeah, right now, I don't think that there's an immediate need for testers. There's a lot of small bugs being worked out, which is why we're doing these kind of small testing events. But do follow Insignia's, join Insignia's Discord. I'm sure Luke has a link somewhere on his Twitter account or on his Patreon. Do check those out. Join in. Be the first to know. You know, my phone number is 8675309. If you guys want to call me, make up an area code, see what happens. Billy has linked the Discord in the chat to the side or below or somewhere, wherever you're watching chat. Do join the chat, follow along. I don't know anything. I just know what they tell me, and that I can clearly play on a 1.6 console, as much as I hate it. This is a soft modded kit. You just have to make sure Xbox Live traffic isn't blocked in any way, shape, or form. Splinter Cell didn't work the last time, but again, any game that was on Xbox Live, I think the goal is to support them. Certain things will come online faster. Lucas said in chat that the focus is first to focus on the early games, because A, that's kind of cool. B, those are the least complicated. As you start to go on, all sorts of services, matchmaking, more advanced web services like Halo 2 has, custom servers like EA Games had, all that stuff adds a layer of difficulty and a layer of time. So those won't immediately be accessible. But if you join the Discord, there's always that opportunity that, hey, if you're a coder, join in. You know, there's a certain amount of trust involved, so it probably won't happen right away. But if you know your way around a game, maybe you can do your stuff. I found the 1.6 video output to be a bit more finicky, more prone to interference. You do have a few of those games that don't work right without some sort of mod. Doesn't have the slots for RAM to be upgraded, if that's your thing, which you guys probably don't care about, but I do. Plus my original system's a 1.0, I just like it. We got another cat looking to join in. I try to take advantage of any time that Luke is typing in the chat to try to kill him, but he got me that time. Honestly, it doesn't matter. The point is that 1.0 Xboxes work, 1.6 Xboxes work. Other Xboxes should work. That won't be a thing that stops you from getting online. Unless we decide that we don't like 1.6s and we just ban them, right? I don't think that's possible. Voice chat does actually work. There's some issues. So Luke is in the UK, I'm in the US. Mix of players are in the US, UK. There's some cross-continent issues with voice chat right now. But if we were all in the US, it would actually work. No, 1.6 models work just fine. There's probably a custom DNS setup required, so it knows what it's talking to. All that stuff is subject to change, subject to, you know, this actually rolling out. Like I said, I definitely recommend following either Luke on Twitter. I retweet things from Luke as well. You can find my stuff below, probably, if I didn't delete it. Follow in the Discord channel. This will work on emulators as well, assuming the emulator works with the given game and all that good stuff. There'll be more details for that sort of thing in the future. Don't get hung up on any details, because like I say, it's going to change by the time this actually comes out, or it could change. The game that works today could not work tomorrow. Yes, we've played cross hardware and emulator before. So that is not a technical hurdle to really think about too much. You know, other emulators will be based on their network support and compatibility as well. There will be no charge, as has been said in chat. It requires you to type in a very specific fake credit card, just 4111 4111 1111 1111 1111. So if you can memorize that credit card number, you're already ahead of the game. I believe that's Bill Gates' credit card number, is what I've been told. Luke is telling me not to say that out loud, I think. So yeah, there's a few different Xbox emulators, each with their benefits and downsides. CXBX Reloaded is one, which is headed by Luke. You can find that online, and the other big one going on right now is XEMU, XEMU. That's a fork of XQEMU, which is a fork of QEMU. You see where this is going. Anyway, those things exist. They're out there. They're being worked on. People talk to each other, try to keep egos in check so that, you know, everybody benefits. It doesn't benefit anybody to being completely cut off from the other groups working on things. Various approaches have their various positives, negatives. But there is only one insignia at this point that is connected, streaming live right now, and that's right here. At least for, you know, 3 or 4 of us that are in the room. CXBX, I've used an Xbox One controller before on CXBX. Reloaded, particularly. You know, compatibility comes and goes sometimes for games, but that's because it's getting more and more accurate. So if a game suddenly stops working, one of two things have happened. One is that they made a bad change, but usually it's because they made a positive change that just happens to break the behavior in some way, because it wasn't accurate before, or whatever. It was a hack, not really a hack, because they try to avoid those. But there's no reason for Microsoft to take legal action. There's nothing illegal about this project. It's a clean room reverse engineer. There is no copyrighted code. No different than an emulator, which emulators have been proven legal so far in the court of law, so long as they aren't using stolen assets in any way. The biggest argument that Sony made against Bleem was their use of screenshots on the back of the Bleem box back in the 90s and early 2000s to compare what a PS1 output looks like versus a Bleem output, and they lost that case because that was using copyrighted images. But my understanding is that was found to be illegal. So Bleem disappeared more because they were drained of money and stopped working on it because of court cases. But you used to be able to buy a Bleem at, I would go to Software Etc. They'd usually have one on the top box to the right. You can see the big yellow box. I also have a few of the Dreamcast, Bleemcast discs. Those are really cool. So long as you aren't using illegal information, emulation so far has been proven to be legal. Various software out there uses emulators, whether it's Nintendo, Microsoft, you name it. Emulation is used by everybody. Sony, various console releases use some sort of emulator. But this will start to wrap up this test session for Insignia. Do follow me on Twitter at Borman18. Luke Usher1 on Twitter as well. He is the person to follow. You can follow Billy. You can follow any number of people. I don't know anything. I don't know when it's coming out. I don't know who these other people are. There will be a website. There will be all sorts of information coming as things start to roll out. This is fun. Voice chat again will be happening. It works now to some regard, but I am using a wireless controller, which means my headset would be over there. It comes over here. Defeats the purpose of using a wireless controller. So I did pretty well considering this was what it was. Everybody wins. So as Luke is saying in chat, we are done for the night. Mostly because Luke has to go to bed. He has a small child that will be sure to yell and be loud and probably do that whole vomit thing that kids do. I think my daughter wants some dinner as well. Probably yogurt, because that's her current obsession. My daughter is currently running to me. Come here! Come here! Come here! Now she doesn't want to come anymore. Follow this channel as well. I will stream more as they allow me to join. Yes, if you're just joining in, we are wrapping up, but you will be able to watch this again whenever you want on my Twitch channel. I'll export it so that Luke can decide where he wants it to go. This has been fun. It's always fun to stream. Thank you for coming out today. Till next time, thanks for watching.